Hello YouTubers and YouTubees, NorthCoastT here. Today we're working on a 2002 Grand Marquis GS, but that don't mean nothing. No crank, no start. So we got her up on the lift. We need to pull the starter. First things first, take off your battery cable and remove the power. Tools needed for this job are 10mm ratcheting wrench, 13mm ratcheting wrench, 10mm shorty socket, 10mm deep well. These are 1/4-inch drive, several different extensions, swivel, wire crimpers, wire cutters, and then the hammer and the pipe we were using for leverage. Once we got the ratchet on there and got it all connected, had to use leverage. Now the hammer came in handy when you either get real angry and want to hit something, or you put the ratcheting wrench on there, but then you can't get your hand up in there, so you put it on and then you take the hammer and press up on it to tighten it. To loosen it, we use the strap, as you've seen before. It's over there. Wrap the strap around it and pull down on it. And then while you're at it, you might as well bring out the rest of your toolbox, because we need a little bit of everything for those bolts to come out. Once you crawl up underneath here, you got a small stud here with a small wire going to it. This was here. And then a larger stud with a big wire. Had 12 volts here. Turn the key forward. 12 volts went over to the small one, which should engage the starter and solenoid. Nothing happened. So something dead in this area. So it's all rusty. We got to replace it. There's a bolt here, 10mm. And then one all the way up. You can see the stud sticking out on the back there, but I can't figure out how to get up there so far. The little wire here is 10mm as well, 13mm on the big one, and like I said, at least the two 10mm to get it off, but we're still working on it, so we'll let you know. Okay, so on the starter, you have 3 10mm bolts, not 2. Got one here, follow it up, there's one right above the solenoid there, and you keep following it up, and there's a third one up there that's 10mm, but what we got is a ratcheting 10mm wrench on there, and then wrap the strap around the wrench, get the leverage on there, and just pull down on the strap and just keep going and working it out that way. This is going to take you about 6 months or so, but you got I was wrong. You can only see one 10mm right there in the bottom. It's wide. I don't know how to get the line in there. You got your one 10mm right here. That's like right in the open. You might as well save that for last. And then your second one is right above the solenoid right there. And then that third one is way up there. You can only get it with, we tried a swivel and, like all sorts of combinations of different tools. And the only thing that we found was a 10mm ratcheting wrench and a nice handy dandy strap for leverage. All right. There we are, 40 hours later. Let's start. You can see the top bolt is really up there, and it's really surrounded by all this engine block here. So, and rust. Well, my California friends won't have the rust, but so it's right there as that top one, but we put a wrench coming right out the side here and then strap over it. And then your second one kind of, these wires are damn weight everywhere you go. Here's the second one coming down, and then the bottom one is there. So there's your new starter. Comes with a wire attached to it that says do not remove, so I guess we cut the old wire and crimp it in. Here is your negative terminal, your positive terminal, and then the power, when you turn the key, goes there. This is the orientation of it when it's in the car. So when you're coming from underneath, you can see this bottom bolt really easily. Then you got the second one here, and your third one is way up on top. So that's what you're dealing with. And there's also metal from the engine block right here, kind of blocking you from getting the bolt in there. So there's your new starter. And you just put it back in the reverse order. So this is your new starter in place. Like I said, those three 10mm are a real pain to get to. And for whatever reason, this wire here comes already connected to the starter, and you can see it says do not remove. They want you to cut off your old terminal, probably because it's going to be covered in rust, or if you're in some state where you don't get the luxury of having salt and rust, then it might be corroded or whatever. But they have you, they already have the little sheathing on here and the connector, so you just cut off your eyelet, stick them together, crimp it, and then heat it up. We use a lighter, heat it up, and then you pop your cap back on to protect your terminals, and then you got yourself a brand new starter. Thank you for checking out my video. Hope you found it helpful. Please give it a like and a subscribe. Every little one helps. I hope you have a good day.